Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Zen Tangle Teacher, and today's lesson is Candor by Connie Green CZT. And she did this tangle because she saw it going into the Cantor Center in Palo Alto, California, and it was on the door, and she loved the tangle, deconstructed it, and you were going to love this tangle. It is so fun. It's a grid tangle with several possibilities that you can make it your own. So let's get started. This is the tangle Candor, and I have done it in several different ways. I've shaded the circles, colored the center. You're going to love this tangle. Today I'm using the Apprentice pen by Sakura that you can get. It's an 05, but you'd be surprised how fine a detail you can get with this. And I have trouble pushing a little hard on the with this pen, the Micron 01, and I bend the tip. And so this one has a little different tip. And if I press harder, I can get more ink out. Or if I lighten up my pressure, I get less ink. So we're going to start out. We're going to make a grid. And you want this grid of dots to be fairly large when you begin. So I put 4 dots across my paper. This is a 3.5-inch square tile, and I'm able to get 4 across. Then I'm going to come down equal, about the same distance as this is. I'm going to come down and put 1 in between here. So I end up with 3. Then I'm going to come again and do 4, and then 3. So I have 4 lines of dot grids in my space. And this is a good way to learn this tangle, and then you can branch out and use it in other places. Like when you've done a string, you can use it in there. Now, Connie does her little design in between is kind of a leaf shape. So I'm making a rice shape, and I connected them all across. That's my first line, and it goes horizontal. My next line, my designs are going to go vertical. They're going to come from each dot, creating little V's. And I had to kind of chuckle that here I was doing another V pattern, which I didn't even realize it. And now I'm going to connect these dots so you can make it a little leaf or a rice shape. You will find what's comfortable for you, what shape to make this. It just needs to have that little space in between. So now I'm going to go back, and I'm actually doing my 3rd row. And now I'm coming and you can see that these are quite large because we are going to do another step on the outside of each one of these little shapes. And again, we do this one. And there we have the first, or I should say it was like the second step. Now we're going to go back and we're going to echo the outside of this shape. So I'm going to come back and echo. and echo the outside of each one of these little petals. And it's going to come back in to that little dot. So you're going to get a thickening of ink on that little dot. We're just going to make a narrow little echo on each one. And you see I rotate my tile to make it in the best position for me to tangle. Like I said in the introduction, this was a door that Connie saw the pattern on. Beautiful door entering Visual Arts Center. And she deconstructed this tangle from that. And I think this is a beautiful tangle. And there we have all the second stroke. Now, I have filled in the background very behind with black to form part of this tangle. Or Connie, the original door, had little circles in here. So teeny. And I love circles. So that's one of the things when I saw it I loved about it. But you could do other designs in here. If you are not fond of circles, you could add some little diagonal lines or stripe it. So I'm going to do this first little flower. Look at a little flower design. And I really like those circles to touch each other. But we could come in here and do just a little stripe where I have just put in little curved lines. And I like to make them curved because that gives dimension, and then fill those in. You could do that. You could color with a colored pencil. This would be beautiful colored. On this one, I might go back and fill in between my circles so that the background is black. I like a lot of drama on my tangles, so I like that blackness that happens. To shade this particular tangle, you can either shade in here, in between, where I did the black, just shade this. That gives another dimension, which I rather like. Because we have a little outline of, a little white outline, you can really blend that right up. And you've still got that little white that gives you contrast. This tangle has a lot of possibilities. Say you don't particularly like how this ended. you could come out here with a dot, because that's where that would be. Add, add 2 more petals that just extend out so that you've got it. You could even add another one here. You'll be able to see kind of where those petals would have gone so that it abstracts out. This is a beautifully fun tangle. Grid, but yet has an organic look, which I love. Here I did a little dragon's air around it. One of my students, when I was teaching yesterday, said, you could do dragon's air around that one. And so I just did it a little around the outside edge. I will go back and kind of finish these up, add a few more details, and you can see them, pictures of them on my blog, Inkidoodles.com. Also, if you shop for Zentangle supplies, you can get this wonderful pen on my blog also at this store that has just a little different tip. So check that out, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment and share this video with your friends. Have a great day.